Hello everyone, my name is JX. I'm the CEO and founder of Aonic. So I'm a Malaysian, grew up in KL proper. So I went to a Chinese school called Kun Ching last time when I was young, till around primary 5 before I went over to Australia to study. Then when I was there, that's when I got into the passion of drones and learned about it. So in Australia, we were quite lucky that there were a lot of hobby racing clubs around, and I got into one of them, and that led to me pursuing my passion further in university where I did my aerospace engineering degree. And I actually didn't go into aerospace engineering background or my career, but I spent a couple of years in Intel as a finance analyst. So coincidentally, one of the projects that we were looking at was relating to drones, and that's where I saw and our team saw a big gap in the market regionally. Hence, one of the reasons why we started Aonic, or formerly known as Poladrone back then. When I was working in Intel as a R&D finance person, I was also actually freelancing outside on weekends and my free times as a drone videographer, photographer, and that's when I thought of, hey, why not make it into a proper company? So we wanted to make drone photography easily accessible to everyone. Hence, if you think about it, Polaroids, which is very easy photography, you snap a photo and it prints out, and drones, the name, it's a play of that two words, and we combine it to name Poladrone. Hence, that's where the name comes from. Now, of course, over time, we realized that hey, the benefit and really the value in drones isn't just from the photography and videography aspect of things, but over the years, what happened was as the company grew, we expanded and we went into multiple different industries and so on. Like right now, we are doing survey work, equipment, on agriculture, input, seeds, fertilizer, and so on. And that's where we realized, hey, the Poladrone name, it's starting to confine us within the drone space. We wanted to play in a larger space than that. And hence why we decided on a name change. Now, how we got to the name Aonic? Aonic could be formed. It's very close in meaning to Aeonic if you add an E in between Aonic. And also if you flip the words around and add a T, it's action. So Aonic stands for lasting for an aeon or everlasting action, which really is part of our core value. The main priority right now really is we have seen the impact that our solutions bring to people and communities around the region, especially in the agriculture sector, right? When we talk about agriculture, for example, the larger agriculture spraying drones, what it's able to do is, number one, it helps with the safety of the farmers. You're not in close contact with the pesticides. But a bit more than that, because to be frank, the farmers, sometimes they don't care that much on that aspect. But what they really care about is you're giving them opportunity to make more money and their livelihood. For example, instead of them having to work on the farms now, they are able to buy the drone, and then a father and son team or a group of friends, they are able to do that work of spraying pesticides on their farm a lot faster, up to 20 times faster. And then after that, with their spare time, they are able to do and offer that service to their friends, their community, their neighbors, and so on, and bring up their income even more compared to what they previously had just working on the fields. And that really, one of the big impact is it brings and attracts youth back into the industry as well. Right now, if you go out to the kampong, go out to villages, most of the people working on the field are in their 60, some 70-year-old. So bringing technology back helps us keep that or shift that age group in agriculture at least a bit towards the younger side, I would say. Agriculture is one of the industry that we see very big impact, but of course it's not just agriculture. Other industries like utilities, oil and gas, and so on, very much is about the safety of it, where if you think about telco tower, instead of someone having to climb up the tower about 50-60 meters above ground, you could send a drone up and there's no risk involved with it. On top of that, of course, there are cost saving from the company's perspective, where you could do that same job at half the time or even 1/5 of the time. One of the, I would say, general industry problems, generally if you go out right now and you talk about drones, I would say 99% of people still only think of drones as photography and videography tools. We don't see it as a form of cost saving or time saving kind of equipment. And it's fair because most of the usage of drones are based in rural areas, in industrial areas, and public just don't see it. So awareness is obviously one, and it really needs to start from ground up, from the education level, from our primary school, secondary school, universities, and so on. Everyone needs to play a part. That's on the general industry, but on an internal, on a company perspective, it's always about how do we get the team involved, how do we build the team up, and how do we get and find people that aligns with our missions and our goals, right? Because at the end of the day, if you have a team that is not aligned, everyone's going to go in different direction and the job won't get done. And that's one of the hardest and the most challenging thing. And we will foresee that it will get harder and harder as the company grows. Our main focus right now and the growth area is definitely in the space of agriculture. Because what we see is agriculture is an industry that is evergreen, it's growing, and more importantly, our solutions brings the most impact to communities and people. But that being said, it doesn't mean that we are neglecting other spaces or other verticals. Everything sometimes goes hand in hand. For example, for us to do well in agriculture, we need to do training well, so that people that are purchasing the drones and going out to spray, they are well trained and they understand the safety aspects of it, what are the risks involved, and that falls to our academy. On the retail side as well, when we scale our 3S center, we need to make sure that we have enough spare parts there, where if someone buys an agriculture drone, they need to change a propeller or what, they can get it done very quickly. And so all of our verticals actually play, and it forms an ecosystem and it helps each other out. Aonic has been a DJI distributor on the enterprise segment since 2017, so it's about 5-6 years that we've been working together. And the latest partnership that we have with them is that DJI Enterprise has appointed us as the first after-sales service center for their products. And that really plays in line with our mission, right, to provide better after-sales service, better support and maintenance to customer. Where right now for all the DJI Enterprise products, instead of traditionally last time, whenever there's any breakdown, repair work, we need to send the thing back to Hong Kong or China, and that takes easily 1 to 2 months before it comes back to the customer. Right now, with the after-sales enterprise after-sales service center, we are able to repair all the products locally, even under warranty as well, where we are able to guarantee that our customers, and that brings a lot more confidence for customers to adopt solutions and rely on it. Move fast. Always when you have something that you want to do, don't procrastinate, just go and try it out. You'll never know until you try it out. And that should be the mindset of innovation, especially when the company is starting up. Don't sit on it and think, okay, how do we do this and that? Just try it out and you'll find out along the way. But I think the second thing that, and the big advice that I have, and we are following it as well, is really be very focused on what you want to do. Don't get distracted. Right now we see, and all along the way, we always see founders and a lot of people starting companies just because they want to be called founders of the company, which seriously, that's not the point. And then you go around, instead of working on the business, go around winning awards, go and get blah blah blah, top entrepreneur, this and that. But the core is not fixed, and you really need to focus on why did you start the company for? Is it something that you want to work on for the next 5-10 years of your life easily, if not more? And imagine that you have to work on that without getting award, without getting any recognition or even money out. And if that's something that you really want to work on and you can focus and commit to that, then hey, go ahead and do it. If not, probably better to find a fast-growing company, a startup out there, and learn from the companies, be part of that journey first, before you even think of starting up something on your own.